So what is happening here is last week we left off on redirector. Okay, so what does redirector means? It redirects the output and input. So first redirector starts with 0, 1 and 2. 0 is considered standard input and is represented by less than sign. 1 is considered standard output and is represented with greater than sign. And then we have 2, greater than sign. It's for standard error. Okay, so when you do a regular cat file 1, in fact what it's doing in the background is cat 0 greater than 1, 0 less than, and the file 1. So this is a same function as this one here. Okay, but we are not seeing it because it's a standard input here. It's kind of built in there. If you were using this command back in 70s or early 80s, you would have to put this command in there. Put that symbol in there. But now, since cat is used more often than anything else, it comes up, it's not required to put the 0 greater than sign in there anymore. Okay, now what we're going to do is standard output. Okay, so what's going to happen is standard output is when you do a command here, echo this is a fun course, and it will show up on the screen here. Okay, similarly if you're doing catting a file which is file 1, so what you're doing here is instead of showing this command on the screen, it will go into the file 2. Why? Because you're using the greater than sign. So in fact you're doing 1 greater than sign, but you don't have to, because this time also 1 is not needed, but greater than sign is needed for you to redirect to the file instead of showing it on the screen. Now for the error, you're searching something into the system here and it's giving you error, and also it's giving you some good information that you're looking for. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to see only the good information. You're not interested in all the errors here. So what are you going to use? You're going to use 2 greater than sign and the file name where you wanted to send it to. Okay, so what will happen here is it will filter out only the errors. So here you have the good information here. That information will be displayed on the screen. Okay, but normally if this is errors here, you don't want to save it into the file and use it anywhere. Most of the time you really don't need it. So this is a built-in a file here, so that you could just send it there and it will remove it from your result, and when it goes into this location it will be discarded. You don't have to see it. Alright, so that's good information here. That's for the last week. So this week what we're going to do is we're going to start working on a find command. What is a find command? It's just a find. It finds the file or a directory you're looking for. Okay, so let me readjust this a bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to do ls. We have a file in file 1, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the search with the find command. I'm going to do find, and you have to give the path. Earlier we saw that we have a path. How many kind of path we have?
Two.
I'm sorry?
Absolute and relative.
Yeah. Okay, you're echoing, Sufyan, so you might want to fix that.
Oh, sorry.
So what do you want? Looks like you're connecting from two places. So what you want to do is you want to disconnect your computer, I think. Yeah. Disconnect audio on the computer and you should be good. Alright, so we have two commands here, absolute and relative path, right? And also I told you guys period means, what does a period means?
Hidden files?
Period.
Does not it represent as a hidden files?
Yeah, hidden files also. Just a period itself means, where is it at? Hidden. A file that starts with a period is a hidden file. Okay, and PWD, present working directory.
Okay, it's a
Okay, good. Okay, hold on.
It's still echoing.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, Sufyan, disconnect your audio from the laptop, or if you're, you must be connecting from a laptop or something, right? Okay, I think I didn't tell you guys about this. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so here every directory has these two hidden directories here. One is a one period and another has a two periods here. Okay, so I'll show you. So let me clear the screen. Do ls hyphen a. Okay, if you take a make a close give a close attention here, you see a dot here, nothing else. Okay, and then you see two dots, nothing else. So if you do like a full form ls-la, you have all these things come up. But here, what about these two directories here? One just have a period and other has a two dots, one period and two periods. And then a file that starts with a period is a hidden file. Okay, that's a little bit different story here. So let's focus on just a period and two periods. So over here, the second one that has two periods in it, when I said cd space two dots, it goes back to a previous directory. So earlier you were in home Zafar / Atlanta, right? But we typed two dots here, cd dot dot, we went to Zafar. If we type cd dot dot again, then we'll go into home. Okay, when you type cd space a dot, you stay wherever you are. So a single dot directory period is present working directory and double period means previous working directory. Okay, all right, let's clear this up. What I'm going to do is ls-l and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a file name file1. So what I'm going to do is find, and you have to give the location here. What is the location? I'm going to give the present working directory and hyphen name file1. So find command searches this and says, oh, this file is sitting in the present working directory, and we provided the name and file1, so it found the file1. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a directory far away from this location. Here, if you do tree, you just have this information here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do mkdir / folder1 I don't have permission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to mkdir / or just do folder. and then I'm going to go into the folder here, and then I'm going to create file touch x file 1. All right, when I type cd and hit enter, where will I go?
Home
Home
directory.
directory. Very good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that command here. Instead of present working directory, you could do present working directory. When you do a slash, you're searching it from the beginning of our operating system. Okay, we'll come to that in a minute here. So you type find slash hyphen name x file 1. So what it's going to do is it's going to start from all the way from wherever the operating system is starting. It's going to search thousands of files and try to bring this up. Okay, so you search all these files inside your system here, and somewhere it found the, okay, over here it found the file we are looking for. So in this case, what is the good option to use in this case? We are getting so many permissions denied, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to filter out the errors. To greater than sign dev null. So what it's going to do is it's going to remove all the errors and bring us a information we are looking for. Okay, this is the good information we're looking for.
I don't hear anything.
Well, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, it's good now.
Okay. So what does find does is finds the file uh, and directory using name or inode number. Okay, I have to show you what is the inode number. And what is dev null? Okay, I'm gonna show you dev null. It's a blank space built in it's a blank space built into the Linux environment, usually used with the find command to filter out errors or permission denied. Errors or permission denied messages here. I mean, don't think too much of this, but you'll use this now and then. Okay, all right. So what's gonna happen next is, okay, any questions about the find command? All right, no questions, so we'll move on. So the next command we're going to use is grep. I'm going to go into vi file 1. Let's see what's in cat file 1. Cat file 1. Cat file 2. Cat file 3. Alright, so it's all has a garbage information here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file, vi file 4, and in here I'm going to put some random text in here. Okay, I'm going to put down orange, I'm going to put down pineapple, apple, then I'm going to say avocado, and then grapes, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat avocado like few times, and then over here too. And then I'm gonna put down berry, I'm gonna put down orange a few more times, mango, pineapple, okay. All right, that's enough here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do cat file 4, right? So it brings up everything. Okay, when I do cat file 4, it brings up everything here. But what I want to do is I want to search only certain information in the file. So that's where the new command comes in. What you could do is grep, grep, okay, and then what I'm going to do is orange, and I'm going to do file 4. So this, what is the system going to do is it's going to just filter out everything, and it's going to bring the line which has orange. Okay, if this was in a long sentence orange, it will bring up that orange here. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that in there. Okay, so I'm gonna put here orange, alright, so I'm gonna save and exit. Okay, I'm gonna do cat file 4, hit enter. I have the output. Now what I'm gonna do is grep orange file 4 and hit enter. So notice here it's just not bringing the exact word here, it's bringing the whole line. Okay, it will bring up the whole line wherever the orange is showing up there in this file. Okay, what about apple? What do you guys think when I do apple, what will be the output?
All the places with apple, like pineapple and apple.
Yeah, pineapple, apple, and even it even saw the green apple for us too. So you see you see that wherever the instance of apple is showing up here, it's going to show up here. Apple, apple, pineapple, and the same thing. Okay, so this is how you use grep command. By the way, in Linux there is no such thing as grammar or anything. Everything is lowercase, and you don't have to worry about making it look good here. Everything in Linux is lowercase. All the commands, text, and everything, even your name, the files and folders. If you're creating a files and folders, make sure you create everything in lowercase. No need for making it look good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is grep, and grep is use this to search for specific pattern in the file. Okay, so what is the pattern we searched here? It's apple, and it will filter out the lines and give you output. Alright, that should be good enough here. So we search for orange, and this here, this is what it comes out. Give me just a moment here, okay? Umara, I need an iPad. Didn't you get my text message? Somebody give me an iPad. Is it charged? Okay, I'm back here. So now let's move on. Let's see what we got here. So I'm going to clear the screen. And the next command we are going to learn is wc. Okay, so what I'm going to do is wc file 4. So what is a wc? Wc is a word count. WC stands for word count, but it's giving you just not the word count information, it gives you a little bit more information than it is. So WC command stands for this is a word count command, and it counts um, lines, words, and characters. And space is considered a character too. So in this file here, we did WC file 4, right? So what we have here is the system is showing it has 13 lines. First one is lines. Okay? So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So these are 13 lines. Hence it gives you the number 13. Okay, and it says it has 17 words in it. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. So I counted manually, there are 17 words. And 126 characters. That means was orange. Orange has how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will add 6. Then whatever this character is, it will add all this. And it gives you the output here. And it is also counting the space. Right here, you have a space between citrus, fruit. It will count it as a one character here. So all these characters in here is about 126. Okay, so there is a word count. Okay, what I'll do is so this is lines. These are words. And these are characters. Okay, all right. We have lines, words, and characters. All right, I'll put this in here. Okay, now moving along. What we're gonna do is there is a next command called head. So what I'm gonna do is let me do something like this here. I'm gonna say set numbers. So I have about 23 lines in here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and exit. So there is a command called head, HEAD, and file 4. So what the head command does it will bring up by default top 10 lines of the file. Okay? Head command this command will read the file, but output will by default be 10 lines. You can use head to see as many lines as possible. But it will start from the top lines. Start from first line. So by default, it's bringing you 10 lines here, right? But 10 lines is painful here. I just want to see another extra 5 lines here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do head hyphen 15 file 4. So what it's going to do is it's going to bring up top 15 lines. So now the head is bringing up top 15 lines. But if you want to see top 30 lines, you could do that too. Let's do top 20. It will bring up top 20 lines. Okay? So that's how you play around and get the information here without what I mean, this is useful if you have like hundreds of lines. If you have hundreds of lines in the file and you just want to see a top 5 few lines and what you want to see. If you want to see just 5 lines here, what you do is head hyphen 5 file 4. It gives you 5 lines. If you don't specify how many lines you want, by default it will give you how many? 10 lines. And then if you want to do 5
What if
lines or
I want to
15
see?
lines, it will give that
What?
information to you. Yeah, someone
What?
has a question?
Yeah. What if I want to see last 5 lines?
Last
Just
5 lines, then there is a command called tail. So
10.
yeah, it would be unnecessary. Like, I mean, it will. I mean, if the file has like hundreds of lines, head command won't be efficient because it will always start from the top. So there is a command called tail, tail. So what it does is it reads the bottom 10 line by default. Okay, and you can add. Actually, I forgot to tell you guys, when you see this here, hyphen, this is called a switch, right? You're adding a switch here. That means you're adding some information here. This part is switch. I think I mentioned this early on, I'm not sure. But that part is hyphen is called switch. Hyphen 5. You're giving the option there. That's what it's. Okay, um, you can add switch for the desired number of lines. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do tail line 4. So it's actually going from the bottom up. Last 10 lines is going up. But if you want to see last 5 here, tail hyphen 5 file 4 is giving you last 5. Or if you want to do 15, hyphen 15 is going from bottom up, is going for 15 lines. Okay, pretty simple. Tail hyphen 5 displays bottom bottom 5 lines. Okay, now there is another command, tail. There is a file called logs, right? So there is a if you want to see, there are some system files which gets updated into the system. Okay, so I'll show you what it is. So I'm going to say tail hyphen f to view the real time activity of the file. Okay, we're going to look at the example file which is built in var log secure. So let's see here if I am able to go into this file at all. Cat var log secure, and I don't have permission here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in as you guys don't worry about this. I'm going to log in as a administrator. I'm going to do tail var log secure. I'm going to say tail -f var, sorry. Var log secure, and I'll hit enter. So what is happening here is this file is a security file, and anything which is security incident is happening, it will update here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to log in, and it will deny the access, and see what happens. Okay, just watch for this file activity here. I'm going to move this out of here. So I'm going to do some errors. Okay, did you see the over here failed password for Zafar? It's somebody, the system keeps a track of activity which is going on. So I failed 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Now it's gonna access denied. Here it says disconnecting authentication user, and then it's telling me too many authentication failures here. What if I, okay, so it's logging in all this information here. All right, who's trying to go into using 71? All right, so now this time around I'm going to try to log in Zafar. Okay, there you go. So it's putting in information here that I'm, as a user, I'm able to log in here. Actually, there is a lot of activity going on. Anybody else is trying to log in here? Somebody is trying to log in as root. All right, so what happens is you could view this tail command. This is good for if you're using for a file which is getting constantly updated. So you could see the live view. All right, now anyone has any questions? All right, what we'll do is let's take a 20-minute break here. It's 11:25. So everybody come back here at 11:45 Central. All right, so we'll take a 20-minute break and then we'll continue. Break starts now. Last, let me clear this. And if you do like type last, it gives you the who's logged in last. So what is the free command is going to do is it will tell you the total amount of memory you have, how much memory is being used, how much is free, and how much is being shared and how much is in cached. Cache means it's being used actually. Cache means it's being used and it's being used by resources, but it's not available as a free. Alright, and this is a swap memory. We'll talk about what a swap memory is later on. But for this, this information is good enough for now. Okay, alright. So now the next command is du. So let me do ls here. So the next command is du, which means disk usage. Du is disk usage. Displays the size of the file or folder. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do du, okay, hyphen h, and I'm going to say the size of the file fruits, okay, and it says only the size is 4 kilobytes. Let's see the size of the file du hyphen h var log messages. What? Table wrap? Shrink wrap? Shrink wrap? Speak English. Clear?
Table wrap.
Rag?
Wrap.
Plastic wrap?
The wrap that you put on the island. On the sides of the island. You don't remember?
What is a wrap?
The wrap. The table wrap. That.
Rag?
No, the wrap.
Plastic wrap?
Table wrap that we used on the island.
To wipe it?
No, to put it on. It's like a wrap. What?
Boxes?
You put that on there. It's like a sticker.
Oh, what's over there? Okay, tell them not to use it. I'm coming. Okay, hold on. Just hold. There you go. It's called a wallpaper. Close the door. Okay, so now I'm using this. We'll come to these files here later on. So I'm using du, means disk usage, hyphen h means human readable, and this is I'm checking the size of the var log messages, and it's showing me the size is 12 megabytes. Let's see size of du hyphen h slice home. Okay, Put it on the floor. Oh no. Go. Stop coming in here. Okay, so let's see here. Alright, I mean, you want me to show you more, or you got the idea here? When you say DU, DU stands for disk usage, and -H means human readable. And you're looking at the file var log messages. It will give you the size here. It will give you the size of a file. Okay, that's all it is. Alright, so the next command is top, T-O-P, and hit enter. So what is happening here is top command give you like what is the background activity going on in the system. Okay, it's called processes. So we have a total of 173 processes. 4 are running, about 170 are sleeping, 1 is stopped. Okay, so all these things you see on the list here, these are all the processes which is going in and out of sleep. And here's the size of the memory, and this is how what is free, and this is what is being used, and this is the buffer cache. So I would say don't worry about all that information here, but I'll highlight which one is important. So top command displays the real-time information about the system. Okay, if the system is sitting there and not being used, that doesn't mean it's not doing something in the background. It's doing a lot of stuff. Like you see, it's constantly changing here. That means it's working for you. Memory processes. And how do you quit? You push Q to quit the top command. So you seem like the command line is gone here, right? If you want to go back to a command line, just push Q, it will come back to you. And this is the information you normally look for when you use the top command. And so you come in here and you take a look here in memory. This is using 1.8. Okay, so if you're running out of memory, you have to see which process is running a lot of memory, and then you work on that. Alright, so next command is Lscpu. It will give you the information that how many CPUs are in the system here. So we have x86, that means 64-bit, and the important information is CPU, how many CPUs you are using. Okay, and the vendor name, this is Intel, and this is all the model information. I'm not worried about that. So when you run this command, you're just looking for how many CPUs you're looking for. and there is a command called which. So what it does is it will tell you if a application is installed in your system or not. Location of the command or package. Also a good indication if a command is or package is installed. So if you do type which, it's not going to work. You type which and you, oh, let me clear that. I say which and space, and then I'm going to say the command ls, not os, which ls. So it gave me the output here that ls is a command and it's installed here. It's running from that place. If you do which pwd, it's running from there. It's do which. Can somebody give me one of your favorite commands?
ls-l.
Okay, so it would be the same as ls. So it's a
Sudo.
all right, sudo, very good. Which sudo, and it's sitting in the user/bin/sudo. I'm gonna say check if this command is installed, which nc it is installed. Okay, so now if I do which Firefox, oh, Firefox is installed too. Would I do which Chrome, and it will give you an output like this. That means the Chrome is not installed. If you have something like this, no Chrome in, it will check the possible places where a command will not naturally go and get installed. If it doesn't show up there, that means it's not installed. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use the pipe. I'm going to show you what pipe is. Pipe, P-I-P-E. So do you guys know which key is a pipe? Okay, I'll show you on the display, on screen keyboard.
Is it the one above enter?
Yep, absolutely. That's the one right above the enter key. So you see here, it's the most ignored key here. You have to hold on the shift key and you see this here, little pipe shows up. A little pipe, just like a pipe, that means a vertical line. Okay? So pipe is used for running multiple commands. Okay, I'll show you how that command works. So what do you have here is you have a primary command, and then you could do a pipe, and then you do secondary command, and pipe, then you do the third command. And yeah, I mean, sky is the limit here. You could do many more commands. I'm just going to show you about 3 commands. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this. I'm going to do is cat fruits, right? And I have all this information here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do cat fruits, and then I'm going to do grep, and I'm going to do grep for anything that starts with O in the line. So we have this here, we have cat fruits. So what is going to happen is the primary command is this one here, right? This is the primary command, and out of that output the grep is only restricted to what is coming up on the screen. So whatever the output is, then the second command is running against this command. Okay, and then if I want to further do it here, I could do another grep, and I'm going to do something that starts only with F. So it brings up this command here. Do you see how you could go into the great detail and started filtering it out? And you could get really creative when you're using this, okay? So when you're practicing it, don't hold yourself back and get creative and all that. Alright, I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to do ls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move all the files into the folder, okay? Because I'm going to show you how to zip a file. What? Okay, so all the files are moved into the folder here, right? So I do ls here, but what I want to do is I want to make this files a zip file. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a okay, give me 1 second here. What I'm going to do is let me create a file. we'll come back to this command here later. Okay, I have a file name Zafar, and it's kind of big file. It's about 2 gigabytes of file size. I'm gonna say ls-lh, and now you could see it better here. You see a file which is Zafar is about 2 gigabytes in size. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zip it. I'm gonna try to shrink it, okay? Zip it and shrink it. So let's do that. So what I'm gonna do is gzip is the command. So what it does is gzip is used for zipping file and compressing it. It adds the extension .gz. Okay, so watch closely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do gzip Zafar, and I'll hit enter. It's going to take a few moments, and it's going to compress the file. Okay. Now I'm going to do ls-l. Now you see I'm going to do ls-lh. Okay, now you see the size was 2.2 gigabytes and it has reduced to 2.2 megabytes. So it reduced from a billion to million, okay? So we did LFF and H, and then the size of the file is 2.2 gigabytes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the gzip command. And so what happened is I ran the gzip command after a little while. What it did was it reduce the size to 2.2 megabytes. So you could see the difference here, how useful this will be going to be. When the size of the file is too huge, you could zip it and then leave it there, so that the size or so the disk space is freed up. Alright, so you did the gzip, right? How are you going to unzip it? Because when you do the gzip, it's not usable. Let me put this way. So it has an extension .gz, right? That file is not usable here. So what you have to do is you have to make it usable. You do gunzip, and the file name. So it will remove the extension and it will bring it back to the original size. Okay, so if you do ls-l h, you see the size is back to its original size. All right, and what else we have? All right, I think we'll stop it here. Next week we're gonna continue, and then next week we'll continue, and I will have a break on 9th. Okay, no class on July 9th, and then next week will be end of the basic commands. When we come back on 16th, we're gonna go into the real Linux stuff. Okay, and then I will, once we're done on the 2nd, I will give you the assignment. You could take a whole week to complete the assignment, and then we'll meet on the 16th. So you will have like a 2-week break so that you could work on the assignment. All right, anybody have any questions?
Can we have some assignment?